Wait. Scientia Sinistra by Ibn Nadarim. That was a Kyranian arcanist of the Zimnoza. Being caught with one of the books is essentially a crime here in Enderal. Seems that Dal Galar needed more than just alchemy enlightenment for it. Angel. Stuffed creatures. Even lost ones. I'm not surprised Team League had their differences. What the? That's not a laboratory, that's a crypt. Earhush. Now we know that he didn't just stick to animals. But what is this fluid they're floating in? I see. Do you see that? But it's so dull, as if all its energy...
Energy is life, and energy is death. A trifle less, not too much less, just a little. Don't disappoint me, not this time.
Had been drawn from it. Maybe that was some kind of experiment for what he planned to do with the Black Stone? What? And I bet he hoped that this transfer would actually resurrect the bodies. That must have been the angel Saira. A device capable of transferring magical energy from one thing to another. And he must have planned to use it on his daughter Maya. This only gets more confusing. Come, let us look for the second code word. Maybe it's around here somewhere. Anything? It does? Show me. By the name of the sun. This Tainisha must have been his paramour. And Maya, the girl from the tower, was their daughter. Exactly. Only this Tainisha didn't know that their daughter had died in the first place. Delgalar just told her all the time that she was sick and getting better. Blazes, this is tough. At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Tainisha. I doubt we'll find anything else here. What do you say, Zaira? Shall we go back to the main hall? Good. Come on. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. Anything? It does? Show me. By the name of the sun. This exact... At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Alright. Anything? It does? Show by the name of the sun. Exactly. At least now we have another candidate for the code words. Good. Come on. Good. Then let's try our luck with these sigils, shall we? You do it. Yes, that sounds good. We actually did it. Come on, let's see what's behind there. So this is his sanctum. Unbelievable. Just look at all these books. I wonder how much knowledge is hidden here. So he did let some servants in here after all, even though that didn't save them from their companion's fate. What the? Saira!
Dual Minto Jaronis. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have been followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must say.
Ah!
Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers rather than those idiots from Alt-Rationgrad. Now don't look so grumpy, sweetheart. You're up next. And I promise we'll have just as much fun with you as we'll have with her. Oh, someone has a flair for business, but I doubt that you can trump 500 Killian thalers, can you? No, you're lying. Take her, my friends, but careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
The stone, Saira. Find the stone and then run.
Just hold still, honey. You're only making it worse.
No! Get off me! Damn it, get off me! No. Kirash, please, you're making a mistake!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lambert. Can't you just make her shut up? Finally.
That was a mistake.
I'm sure it was. And now, what the heck?
Didn't I tell you to? For the name of the sun! Oh no! no, no, no! Please, don't!
What the? Saira!
Durual Minto Jaros. He who is patient always finds a way. I was starting to worry that you two little birdies would never part.
So it wasn't just my imagination.
Yes, you have. You followed. Thanks for opening the gates, by the way. That saved us a lot of effort. Quite the feat, I must admit. Only that... Now look at that. You don't waste any time talking. I like that. Then I'll return the favor.
Kirash, what is this? Let me go, you bastard!
This, my little bird, is mentalism perfected. Because this time, someone was less willing to take risks and decided to send capable soldiers rather than those idiots from Old Rationgrad. Now don't look so You're up next. And I promise we'll have... Oh, someone has a flair for business. No, you're lying. Take her, my friends. But careful, understood? I want her alive.
I'll see to that.
The stone, Saira. Find the stone and then run.
Just hold still, honey. You're only making it worse.
No! Get off me! Damn it, get off me! No! Kirash, please, you're making a mistake!
Oh, for fuck's sake, Lambert. Can't you just make her shut up? Finally.
That was a mistake.
I'm sure it was. And now, what the heck?
Didn't I tell you to? For the name of the sun! No, no! No, 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 no! Please, don't!
outside in the rain and... I should have been there for you more, Starlet. So much more. But I will make up for it, I swear. Tomorrow. I will heal you. Once you and the stone are connected, you will be able to walk again. And this time, I will be a good father. And that's just for a start. The stone will change you, Maya. It will become a part of you. And it will give you power even the Lightborn can only dream of. The blind will see again if you so choose, and the mute will speak. You will succeed where I have failed, freeing mankind from all its misery. Like an angel. stone, but there's no other way. I know, and it might just tickle for a little, but not for long, I promise. Not too little, not too much. Maya, can you hear me?
Daddy?
Maya, you! Oh, my little starlet, you!
I feel dizzy, Daddy. And where's Mommy?
She is at home. You have been very ill, you know that? Very, very ill. But now... Maya, what's wrong?
It burns. Daddy,
Starlet, what's wrong? What?
Poor little creature. You don't have the slightest idea how special you are, do you, Kalia?
I see. How do you think I am? It changes nothing. Yeah, who am I? The failed experiment of a broken man. I'm not sure if that insight was really what I needed. Of course, it helps me to understand the creature inside me. It's a black stone, and it was my father who fused it with my mind. But in the end, all I'm left with are more questions. For example, whether this means that I must bury my hopes for banishing that creature once and for all, or the question of what this veiled woman's role is in all this. It must have been she who set me out in that village, even though she knew of the Blackstone's essence within me and how dangerous it made me. She seems to be the same one you encountered on the ship where your friend died, and the one who made those bandits flee into Old Dothulgrad. Who is she? What are her intentions? I just don't understand, Saira. I don't understand. Still, what burdens me the most is what happened in that library. That's how it must seem to you, yes. But if you knew how I felt when I killed those mercenaries, you would give me a wide berth. Believe me. Such gratification. Such ecstasy. I am disgusting. Saira, if you had been there, I would have slaughtered you just like the others. Don't you get it? I would have killed you.
Despising the path that was meant just for him, yet the dreams that he saw in the deep red afterglow were as distant as ever before.
I know, Saira. Rationally, I do. But it doesn't change the fact that I feel repulsive. I will train harder, meditate more often, until I control every single one of my thoughts. That is the only way I will ever be able to fully control it. Now go and take that stone to the temple, Saira. I need some time to myself.
That's just how it is. Everything was better in the old days.
Yet the dreams that he saw in the deep red
Fades away at the
as
end of
distant
the
as ever before.
Yes?
Ancient world seemed as old as his eyes. He had lived his whole life under empty
Saira?
skies. When a little
Yes?
boy asked him for the guiding path, he said, "Do not risk my thoughts wrath, 'cause you're straying the void as a wayward wanderer, despising the
Only
path
fragments.
that is
Shreds of thoughts like the memory of flying above the rooftops in that devastated village. But still, throughout all the time we were in that castle, I had this feeling of familiarity. I guess now I know why. Well, you're asking the wrong person here. I think you are more familiar with that woman than I am. But judging from what you told me, and what she did to me, more and more I get the impression that she tries to channel the course of history. She influences it through single, relatively mundane interventions, like what she did back in the castle. But this is just guesswork, Saira. I don't know. Saira, please. I know you mean well, but to be honest, I don't want to think about this. When all this, the High Ones, the cycle is over, I'll have plenty of time for pondering. Yes, I've thought about that too. You know, I try to imagine what it would be like, meeting her after all these years. I probably wouldn't even know what to say. But even if she is still alive, she probably thinks I'm dead. I'll have to think about this. I'll tell you once I've come to a conclusion. Tyrus is my father, and he always will be. Delgalar, he had good intentions, but still, he made me into what I am. He put that stone inside my head and gave birth to that creature. Yeah, I guess he is. I don't know, Saira. Truth be told, I don't know what to think or feel anymore. Just give me some time to process this. Not really, no. I mean, of course, now I at least know where it comes from and that, well, that its existence isn't my fault. But still, it's there and I'll have to live with it forever. Nothing can change that.
We just got a new delivery of ale. Anyone?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. Many of you may have heard it already. There's war in Kira.
Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books,
Anything for fun and path-abiding magic.
We always go
Vegetables, bread fresh from the oven. Treat yourself.
By that, they have not only defined.
Come to Yorinto Shamgas and buy fish. Only the best. And from the Red Sea.
delicious fruits right from the farmer's coast and do. Bill.
Prevented them. Foul attack. Their lives are already poisoned. Without virtue. So-called cause, and now fight against the reign of the light.
Hungry?
In the streets
I've got just Can I help you? Needs.
So let us pray, men and women, children.
Sister?
A machine that can banish these high ones. The mysteries of this world are endless, aren't they?
Did you hear about it? Sakura has a trial. She has been concentrating for a certain role.
The prodigy, huh? Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone. I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.